There comes a time in life when a person becomes quiet, not because they have nothing to say, but because they have already said everything their heart could express. They become silent because the world never understood their words, their tears, or the battles they were fighting alone. And maybe you are in that silent season right now. A season where your heart carries more than your lips could ever speak. A season where you pretend to be strong because you don't want to burden anyone. A season where your pain has become a private conversation between your soul and God. But listen carefully, this message is not reaching you by accident. You didn't scroll to this moment because of coincidence. Your spirit was guided here. Your heart was pulled toward these words. Because God wants to tell you something today, something only you were meant to hear in this exact moment, something your tired heart has been waiting for. A silent blessing is coming your way, and God has seen every quiet tear, every unspoken cry, and every battle you fought when nobody was watching. You see, the strongest people are not the loud ones. The strongest people are the ones who cry softly at night, wipe their own tears, whisper, "I'll be okay," and get up again the next morning. You are one of those strong ones. You are one of those souls who kept going even when you didn't have the strength. You pushed through pain that would have broken others. You smiled on days when your heart felt empty. You kept your kindness alive even when people took advantage of you. You stayed loyal even when others betrayed you. You stayed humble even when life didn't treat you fairly. And that is why a silent blessing is coming. Not a normal blessing. Not something ordinary. But something so meaningful, so personal, and so perfectly designed for your heart, that you will know instantly that it came from God. Because God has seen you in moments nobody else witnessed. He saw when you had to be strong for everyone around you. He saw when you sacrificed your own happiness to protect someone else's. He saw when you walked away quietly instead of fighting back. He saw when you forgave people who didn't deserve forgiveness. He saw every lonely night, every prayer you prayed with trembling hands, every moment you said, "Lord, I can't carry this alone." And God did not forget any of it. Not a single tear. Not a single prayer. Not a single moment of pain. Your quiet suffering was not invisible to heaven. You may not talk about your struggles, but God heard the voice of your heart. You may not show your pain, but God counted every tear. You may feel unnoticed, but God has been watching you closely, with love, with understanding, and with a plan. Because when you cried silently, He was listening. When you broke down quietly, He was holding you. When you felt empty inside, He was filling you slowly, even when you couldn't feel it. When you thought nobody understood what you're going through, He understood everything. And now, your silent season is about to turn into a blessed season. The blessing coming your way will not be loud, dramatic, or chaotic. It will arrive gently, quietly, silently. Just like your pain did. Just like your tears did. Just like your prayers did. You didn't scream your pain into the world. So God will not scream your blessing either. He will deliver it softly, personally, directly into your life, in a way only you can recognize. The blessing may come through a restored relationship, or a new opportunity, or unexpected peace, or financial relief, or healing in your body, or emotional comfort, or a miracle you gave up praying for, or a new beginning you never thought you would see. Whatever it is, it will come silently, but it will change everything loudly. Because God is preparing something specifically for you, something that fits your heart, your journey, your age, your struggles, your faith, your tears, and your deepest desires. A blessing shaped by what you endured and designed for what you deserve. You see, when God rewards silent warriors, He rewards them in ways that leave them speechless. People think you're okay because you don't talk about your struggles. People assume you're fine because you stay calm. People think you don't feel anything because you keep everything inside. But God knows the truth. God knows the nights you whispered, "Lord, please help me." God knows the mornings you didn't want to get out of bed. God knows the effort it took for you to say, "I'm fine." God knows the pain behind your smile. God knows the heaviness behind your silence. And that is exactly why your blessing will be powerful. Because your pain was real. People didn't know what you were carrying, but God watched every second. People didn't see how hard you tried, but God counted every effort. People didn't appreciate your goodness, but God kept it written in heaven. Some of the most painful seasons in your life were allowed because they shaped your heart. And some of the biggest blessings of your life are coming because of how you handled those seasons. You didn't become bitter. You didn't seek revenge. You didn't lose your faith. You didn't give up. Even when you were tired. Even when you were exhausted. Even when you were disappointed. Even when you felt unappreciated. Even when life felt unfair. You kept going. You kept believing. You kept trusting. And God is about to honor that. Your quiet endurance is about to meet God's silent blessing. Something is shifting. Something is moving. Something is aligning. Something is being released from heaven. Something is preparing to enter your life. Something you prayed for. Something you cried for. Something you waited for. You may not see it yet, but God is not asking you to see it, He's asking you to trust it. This blessing is coming because you remained faithful during your darkest nights. You didn't understand everything, but you trusted God anyway. You didn't know how things would work out, but you believed they would. You didn't know why people hurt you, but you forgave them anyway. Those choices, those sacrifices, those tears, those prayers are now returning to you in the form of blessings, multiplied. You're entering a season where you won't have to beg, fight, or chase. The blessing will find you. The opportunity will come to you. The right people will show up for you. The right healing will reach you. The right door will open for you. The right peace will settle inside you. There is a silent blessing coming. And when it arrives, it will make sense of everything that didn't make sense before. You will look back and say, "That's why I had to go through it. That's why God kept me away from those people. That's why He didn't answer that prayer earlier. That's why He closed that door. That's why He made me wait." Your pain was not wasted. Your tears were not useless. Your brokenness was not the end. God was planting seeds in your silence. And now the harvest is coming quietly, gently, beautifully. Just like a sunrise after a long dark night. A silent blessing. A quiet miracle. A peaceful breakthrough. A gentle restoration. A soft healing. A new beginning wrapped in grace. Stay still. Stay calm. Stay open. Stay faithful. Because God has seen your quiet pain. And now, He is sending a blessing that will speak louder than every tear you ever cried. When you thought nobody understood what you're going through, heaven understood you completely. And now I want you to listen with a quieter mind, because what comes next is meant to settle your spirit, not overwhelm it. There is a kind of strength that only life can teach you. It doesn't come from loud victories or big achievements. It comes from walking through storms that people never knew you survived. It comes from choosing silence over argument, peace over proving a point, patience over anger, and faith over fear. You have been learning all of these lessons one by one, slowly, gently, through the years, and God has been shaping you through each one of them. You've reached a stage in life where you don't want noise anymore. You don't want unnecessary drama, or chaos, or conflict. You don't want to chase people who do not value your presence. You don't want to carry burdens that don't belong to you. You don't want to keep giving energy to situations that drain your soul. You simply want peace. You want a calm home, a healthy mind, a steady heart, and a little more light in your days. And God is preparing exactly that for you. Because there comes a time in life, especially in your later years, when God stops allowing certain people, situations, and energy near you. Not because you are weak, but because you have already endured enough. This is the season where God begins subtracting what hurts and adding what heals. Your life is not declining. Your heart is not emptying. Your journey is not fading. In fact, your soul is entering its most peaceful chapter. You may not see the change yet, but something is shifting around you. You may not understand the delays, but something is aligning for you. You may not feel stronger, but something inside you is growing, quietly, steadily, deeply. Your pain did not go unseen. Your patience did not go unrewarded. And your silence did not go unanswered. God is preparing a blessing that moves softly, the way morning light enters a room, without rushing, without noise, without force. A blessing that feels like relief after years of holding your breath. Something that enters your life so naturally that you won't even realize when the heaviness begins to lift. You'll simply wake up one morning and feel lighter. You'll notice your mind is calmer. You'll feel your hope returning. You'll sense your spirit settling. And you will know, without anyone telling you, that God has started working in ways you can't yet see. You've been holding everything together for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be carried. But now, God is the one carrying you. Your strength is no longer coming from your own effort, it's coming from divine grace. This is why you're still standing. This is why you didn't collapse under pressure. This is why the loneliness didn't break you. This is why the losses didn't destroy you. This is why the disappointments didn't turn your heart cold. Because God placed resilience in you. The kind of resilience people your age rarely give themselves credit for. You have lived, loved, lost, and survived things that younger people cannot even imagine, and yet you choose kindness. You choose calm. You choose to move forward. That is why a silent blessing is approaching. Not loud wealth, not overnight miracles, not sudden dramatic change, but a peaceful shift that brings healing to the areas of your life you don't even talk about. For years, you have taken care of others. You have carried responsibilities quietly. You have put yourself last, again and again. You have worked through pain, smiled through worry, and stood strong when you had nobody to lean on. And now, God is turning the season. This next chapter of your life is not about survival. It's about restoration. It's about rest. It's about ease. It's about gentleness. Not everything in your life has to be a battle anymore. God is creating a path where the weight you carried for years begins to fall off your shoulders. A path where clarity replaces confusion. Where steadiness replaces anxiety. Where joy replaces heaviness. Where divine protection replaces constant fear of the future. There are blessings you prayed for long ago and forgot about, but God did not forget. There are tears you wiped quickly so nobody would see, but God saw them. There were nights where you lay awake, wondering how things would ever get better. And God quietly whispered, "Hold on. Your story isn't over." And now you're stepping into a time where those quiet prayers come alive. Not all at once. Not dramatically. But softly, beautifully, gently. You will notice. People who caused you pain will drift out of your life. Peace will begin entering your home like a warm breeze. Your heart will feel safer, calmer, and more grounded. Opportunities will appear at the right time. Support will come from unexpected places. And you will feel God's presence in a way you haven't felt before. This is the blessing coming to you. Not noise. Not chaos. Not sudden excitement. But quiet goodness. Gentle healing. Stillness that strengthens your soul from within. Grace that wraps around your life like a warm blanket. And protection that surrounds you without being seen. You are entering a chapter where God does not want you to struggle. He wants you to breathe. You are stepping into days where your heart will finally understand why the past had to be so heavy. Because your future is meant to be so peaceful. And when that silent blessing arrives, you will know. You will feel it. Your spirit will recognize it instantly. It will feel like exhaling after years of holding your breath. It will feel like sunlight after a long winter. It will feel like God saying, "I remember everything you endured. Now let me give you rest." This blessing is personal. It is designed specifically for the wounds you don't talk about. It's shaped for the fears you keep hidden. It's tailored for the loneliness you never admitted. It's crafted for the hopes you bury deep inside your heart. God is not late. He's intentional. He's exact. He knows your age, your journey, your scars, your strength, and He knows exactly what you need now. A silent blessing is coming, not to impress the world, but to heal you. And when it arrives, you will finally understand why God made you wait, why He kept you quiet, and why He watched over your pain so closely. Because what's coming is worth every tear, every prayer, and every lonely night you survived. You have lived, loved, lost, and survived things that younger people cannot even imagine. And yet your heart is still soft. Your spirit is still gentle. Your faith is still alive. That alone makes you extraordinary. Most people become bitter with time. But you became wiser. You became calmer. You became more understanding, more forgiving, more aware of what truly matters. Life has shaped you in ways that only God fully understands, and that is why your blessing will not be loud or flashy. It will be intimate, personal, and perfectly timed. There is something beautiful about the season you're entering now. It's not about speed. It's not about chasing anything. It's not about proving yourself. It's about receiving. It's about allowing. It's about letting God take the weight off your shoulders. You've spent so many years taking care of others, fulfilling responsibilities, showing up for people even when you were exhausted. Now God is preparing a time where peace will show up for you, where comfort will find you, where healing will rest gently on your life. God is saying, "You've carried enough. Now let me carry you." People don't realize how much strength it takes to keep going at your age, to stay hopeful after disappointments, to remain generous after being hurt, to keep faith alive after unanswered prayers. But heaven noticed. God watched each moment when you fought battles silently, especially the ones inside your own mind. He saw the nights when you couldn't sleep, the days when you pushed through pain, the moments when you almost gave up but didn't. None of it was ignored. And that is why this blessing is coming to you like a slow sunrise, not sudden, not startling, but warm and steady. A blessing that will touch every part of your life. A blessing that will restore what you thought was permanently lost. A blessing that will bring clarity to situations that confused you for years. A blessing that will fill spaces in your life that felt empty for too long. You are entering a phase where God is gently removing heaviness from your heart. People who brought stress, situations that drained you, and memories that hurt you, slowly, all of it will lose its power over you. You will not feel tied to your past anymore. You will not feel guilty for choosing peace. You will not feel obligated to carry burdens that don't belong to you. Your spirit is being readied for peace. Deep peace. The kind you haven't felt in years. And it will show in your daily life. You will notice that conversations feel lighter. Your home feels warmer. Your mind feels quieter. You'll even feel moments of joy when you least expect it, in small things, simple things, everyday things. That is how God works. Blessings don't always come looking like miracles. Sometimes they come as ease. Sometimes as rest. Sometimes as understanding. Sometimes as protection. Sometimes as a door quietly closing. Sometimes as a new one opening without noise. God is softening your path, not because you asked loudly, but because your silent prayers reached Him deeply. The kind of blessing coming your way will heal parts of you didn't even know still hurt. It will calm storms inside you that you stopped talking about years ago. It will remind you that even though life has been heavy, God has never left your side. And maybe you're wondering, why now? Why at this age? Because this is the moment when your heart is ready to receive what it couldn't understand before. You are wiser now. You are more grounded. You are closer to God in ways you weren't earlier. Your priorities have changed, your perspective has shifted, and now you know what really matters. Blessings arrive when the soul matures enough to hold them. And your soul is ready. You're not running out of time. You're entering the right time. The exact time God designed for you. The time where things finally start making sense. The time where you look back and realize why certain people had to leave, why certain doors had to close, why certain chapters had to end. Everything that confused you before will become clear soon. Not through chaos, but through peace. You will understand why God allowed you to walk alone for a while, so you could grow, so you could see, so you could learn to depend on Him instead of the world. You will realize that nothing was taken from you without something greater prepared to replace it. You will see that the pain that broke you was the same pain that shaped you. You will notice that every delay was a divine protection, and every silence was God's way of preparing something better. This next chapter of your life isn't about struggle. It's about softness. It's about restoration. It's about fulfilling promises that were spoken over you long ago. A silent blessing is coming, the kind that enters without knocking, the kind that fills your life without forcing its way in, the kind that arrives exactly when your heart is ready to hold it. Just keep your spirit open. Just keep your faith steady. Just keep your heart gentle. Because God has seen your quiet pain. And now He is preparing your quiet miracle. And maybe you don't realize it yet, but you are stepping into a chapter where your heart will finally feel understood. For years, you carried emotions quietly because you didn't want to trouble anyone. You learned how to hide pain behind a gentle smile, how to comfort others even when you needed comfort yourself, how to stay strong even when you wanted someone to hold you and say, "It's okay, you can rest now." And God is giving you that rest slowly, tenderly, without rushing you. This next season of your life is not about struggle. It's about relief. It's about exhaling after holding your breath for too long. It's about receiving the peace you've earned through decades of endurance. You may not have spoken about your battles, but God saw every single one. You may not have complained, but God heard the heavy thoughts you kept inside. And now, the blessing coming your way will feel like a soft hand on your shoulder, the kind that says, "You did well. You survived. Now let me take care of you." Life hasn't been simple for you. You've known responsibility since your early years. You've sacrificed dreams, time, and energy for others. You've accepted things you didn't deserve. You've forgiven people who never apologized. You've held yourself together on days when you felt like falling apart. And somewhere in that journey, your heart aged before your body did. You became wiser, quieter, more selective with your energy. You learned that not everyone deserves access to your kindness, and not every situation requires your reaction. That kind of wisdom doesn't come from books. It comes from living, from hurting, from healing. And because you've grown through so much, the blessing that's coming isn't small. It's something that will honor your journey, not erase it, but validate it. You will look back and see how every delay protected you, how every rejection redirected you, how every heartbreak transformed you, and how every moment of loneliness brought you closer to God. Sometimes blessings don't come when we want them to because God waits until we're wise enough to appreciate them, strong enough to hold them, and peaceful enough to receive them with gratitude instead of fear. And you have finally reached that level of spiritual maturity. This blessing will also bring people into your life who feel different, calmer, kinder, more genuine. People who don't drain you but comfort you. People who don't misunderstand you but connect with your spirit. People who don't take from you but add to your life. You may have spent years feeling unseen or unappreciated. But the season you're entering will change that. You will be valued for your presence, your wisdom, your patience, your heart. It's never too late for God to bring the right souls into your life. And as you step into this next phase, you will find that your mindset is changing too. You'll no longer worry about things that used to keep you awake at night. You'll stop overthinking what you cannot control. You'll realize that peace is more valuable than being right, more important than winning an argument, more precious than holding on to anything that disturbs your heart. There is a new kind of emotional freedom coming, one that lets you enjoy the life you still have ahead of you. And yes, you still have a future. A meaningful one. A hopeful one. A peaceful one. Your best years are not behind you, they're unfolding now. You will discover joy in ways you didn't expect. You will reconnect with parts of yourself you thought were lost. You will feel alive in moments that seem ordinary but carry divine sweetness. You will feel God's presence not in loud miracles but in gentle daily mercies, the kind that make you whisper, "I am blessed even now." And maybe the most beautiful part of this blessing is the healing it brings. Healing for old wounds you never talked about. Healing for memories that still bring pain. Healing for guilt you carried unnecessarily. Healing for fears that grew quietly over the years. Healing for the child you once were, the adult you became, and the soul you are becoming.